Oh, you dirty little. Welcome back to the 511 show. And if you guys recall, a couple of weeks ago, I told you that this story may very well end up being the next Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation. And we're not quite there yet, but it's starting to look like we may be looking at another Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. For those of you guys who need context, a few months ago, Blake Lively came out and report with the New York Times, a major outlet here in the United States of America, and alleged that the director of a film that they were both working on called It Ends With Us, Justin Baldoni, sexually harassed her, did a lot of very, very creepy things behind closed doors, such as, give her videos of pornography and sexually harass her when she was on set and walk in on her while she was breastfeeding. A lot of, weird and creepy things that were being alleged there. And everyone pretty much sided with Blake Lively with no evidence to any of these things whatsoever, decided that, she was telling the truth and he was the bad guy. He ended up losing his agency, lost his representation. Everyone completely threw this guy under the bus. And with little to no evidence, more on the line of no evidence, Justin Baldoni pretty much had his career gone, just like that. Just a snap of the fingers, done. But he has been fighting back. He's been fighting back hard over the last several months. He has a active defamation and libel lawsuit against the New York Times for publishing a lot of these falsehoods. And he has been releasing a lot of the video and audio images and messages and a lot of the evidence that he believes correlates with his side of the story and not hers. So recently, he released a video of Blake Lively and him. They were doing kind of like a slow dancing scene. So essentially what is happening here is that they're standing around for roughly like 10 minutes. They're trying to get, as much footage as they can like cut up for a scene specifically in the movie. So they're sitting there dancing, kind of slow dancing around them. You hear the people around them are reacting to, there's supposed to be like a baseball game going on. Obviously it's not actually happening, but it's all movie magic, right? But the footage shows a completely different side of the story than what Blake had previously told everyone several months earlier. So here's what happened, and here's what was being reported at the time. Blake Lively claims that during this filming right here, that Justin Baldoni leaned into her neck, basically says that it smells good, which she deemed to be kind of a sexual harassment mark against her. However, what we're starting to see time and time again with her side of the story here is that she removes very, very important context, because when we see the full video, which I'm going to show you guys here, it wasn't that he just leaned in and creepily said that, oh, you smell good, and started breathing all over her. What you're not seeing here is an incident that will cause a direct intervention from the studio, which is what Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds directly tried to do as a result of this. So let's play a little bit of this whole sequence here.
Darling, I'll make you so sure about it. God only knows what I'd be without you.
Now listen.
Let's score another.
If you should
I'm getting beard on you today.
I'm probably getting hungry fan on you.
It smells good.
Well, it's not that. It's my body makeup.
walk could show nothing to me. So I put what
And they win. They won.
All right, cut. I think we got plenty.
Yes.
Slow motion. It's going to be a 17-minute reel.
Is
Her side of the story isn't exactly holding up with what the video is being shown here. There was also a text message showing that when she was complaining about him walking in on her while she was breastfeeding, he had the text messages to show that she actually invited him in as she was breastfeeding. So it wasn't like he just randomly walked in on her to kind of get her naked. She also alleged that he had showed him, or that she had showed her, I should say, a picture of pornography, that he was showing her porn while they were on set. And then he showed the photo that we shown to Blake Lively. It was basically a photo of a friend of his who him and his wife had just given birth, and I guess they did one of those at-home births, so they were in the bathtub. It was said to be nothing new, nothing vulgar, nothing sexually explicit. So basically, Blake's side of the story is rapidly falling apart at the seams, and because of this, people are starting to realize, I think she may be the problem in this whole scenario. Even the body language experts are pretty much saying that it's very hard to detect any kind of malice happening in this whole situation. So, once again, the court of public opinion, which is exactly how Blake Lively wanted this whole thing to go out. She wanted to levy all these allegations against Justin, play a Me Too victim. He loses everything, which he ended up doing. She's using all of her, connections in Hollywood with TMZ, the Hollywood Reporter, so on and so forth, and basically to ruin this guy's reputation and his career over something that, has now been proven time and time again, she was not as truthful about as we were led to believe. And if you need any more evidence that something stinks here with this story, here's the Hollywood Reporter doing another negative story about Justin Baldoni, and they're questioning why his attorney here happens to have so many right-wing media clients here, because his attorney is also the same attorney of Megyn Kelly, who's been very vocal about this situation. A few people in the Daily Wire, Candace Owens before she had left. So this whole article here is basically saying, hey, why is it that Justin Baldoni is being defended by all of these right-wing media groups? It must be because his lawyer is also their lawyer too. That must mean that he's guilty. So let's all look past all the evidence that's being put out there in the media, because right now this is a trial of public opinion. Don't look at anything that has negative about Blake Lively. Only look at the negative stuff that we're giving you about Justin Baldoni. It really starts to seem that there's a driven media hit campaign out there against Justin, which ironically enough is what Blake accused Justin of doing by using his quote-unquote media allies to smear her good reputation. Yet all of a sudden TMZ, the Hollywood Reporter, Variety, all these big name outlets are all doing the exact same thing to Justin, and the last time I checked, it's only one of these two has actually lost their representation and quite literally all their future projects in Hollywood, and it ain't Blake, I can tell you that much. When you look at what's happening here, it's very, very clear that this public persona that Blake Lively had crafted over the last several years of her being a good girl, or at the very most a likable person, that's all starting to crumble at her very eyes, because people are now starting to wise up to the person that she really is in reality behind closed doors. And her last-ditch effort to kind of save her reputation involves her quite literally destroying another man's reputation, a man who really doesn't have anything lobbied against him outside of her claims. And it seems like that the only people defending her are her close personal friends and her allies in the media as well. Like I said, this is going to be something that gets worse before it gets better. And who knows if we go full Johnny Depp Amber Heard with this situation, but it seems like we're rapidly heading that point in time. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of the 511. Adios, I'll see you in a bit.